Welcome back to the classroom. Come on in. No late pass required. So today we are going to be continuing our watch through of the behind the scenes video of The Legend of Vox Machina. We've already gone through the legend of the story and the legend of the world. Now we move into the legend of the design. I'm very curious to see where they end up going with this one because I'm not entirely sure what they mean by design. But either way, I'm excited. I just have been loving going through all of this, especially the last video where we looked into the overall world that had been created as a part of not just the series, but also for the original live stream campaign. Just because it really just shows how much care and attention to detail was going into it. It was just so cool to just see like the basis for everything that we saw in the actual show had such an impact based on the original sketches and drawings and designs that Matt Mercer had developed with a bunch of other illustrators. So it was just really cool to see that. I'm just really excited to continue diving deeper into all of this. So we're gonna jump into it, but hey, leave a like while you're at it and comment down below on anything I either missed or any fun bits of information you want to make sure that I know after watching this. And hey, subscribe, as it really does help out a lot, and that way you'll never miss out on any of these videos. But without further ado, let's jump right into the video. All right, legend of the design of the Legend of Vox Machina. What do we got?
There's something about Phil Barassa that's incredibly contagious.
He's an amazing artist. He's an amazing designer. He's a genius. He's just been
Okay.
Over and over again.
With his designs, it just solidified the characters in our heads.
Oh,
on the
okay.
page. He's
So
that good, and he's that confident.
the
I
actual
love
art
drawing
design.
stuff.
I love drawing this stuff. Okay, that's what they're getting into. The actual like character designs and whatnot. This is exciting.
We at Critical Role have been blessed with having our characters drawn by amateur and professional artists.
Yes,
in
I
the
have seen
community
some
for
very
years.
cool stuff,
I've
and so
seen hundreds of versions
Yes.
of Scanlan Shorthalt. There's been
Absolutely
such a broad
love
spectrum
that.
drawn. But when I found out that Phil Barassa was going to be our official character designer for The Legend of Vox Machina,
Oh,
it
that's
was
so
like
cool.
a great weight had been taken off my shoulders.
I'm a huge fan of Phil Barassa's. I have been for many, many years. All of his work on the DC films. I saw his style.
Oh
and I
shit!
connected with it
I
in such
knew
a
I
cute
kind
way.
of felt
He has such a
some
fantastic
familiar
eye.
touch
I
to
met Travis
things.
before I knew about Critical Role. He was playing one of the heavies in a Batman
Oh,
movie
shit!
I did all the character design for.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't talk to
fantastic.
him after that for a few years. The next time we ran into each other, my wife and I were taking an early flight out of LAX to go to JFK for New York Comic Con in 2018.
As
Oh,
the fates would have it, when Laura and I sat down, I hear this, Travis? And I look to my left, and across the aisle is Phil Barassa just sitting right there.
oh, that's so
And just in that
cool.
moment, lightning bolt to the head, I was like, we got this animated series that we're developing.
Travis was like, "Would you be down to take a pass at these characters?" And I was like, "Hell yeah."
Oh, that's so
Just
cool.
something clicked for me drawing this stuff. I'm just shy of 20 years now doing this, and I spent
20
the last
years.
11
That is insane.
consecutive years doing superheroes.
Oh,
If I'm known for anything, it's for the work that I did.
yes.
on the DC
Okay. Yep.
superheroes
I've seen
at
bits and
Warner Bros.
pieces of a lot of these,
But fantasy,
courtesy
is
of one of my
first
buddies.
love.
Phil is so amazing, and he's worked on a lot of the superhero stuff that Travis and I have done in the past, and his designs are phenomenal. So the fact that he came on board was a huge jump in excitement level for me.
I mean, I
the
don't doubt it,
excitement
like-
was hard to contain. So many of us were fans of his work from what he'd done with
Yes, I
WB.
do remember
I was
seeing a
like,
lot of these, or at least like bits and pieces, like not entire shows, but like
I knew Phil's
walked
work
in on a
before
lot
I
of
knew that it
watching
was Phil's
these.
work. I've seen his animation before, and his character designs are gorgeous.
His design work is immaculate. His creativity is brilliant.
When I heard that Phil was going to be on the project, I was like, yes, they've got it. This is great. This is perfect.
Phil is pretty much
Man.
a legend in the animation industry out here, and the idea that he would be coming on to the project with us,
Oh, that's so
I think I
cool.
even believed it.
Kind of further
My
developing
reaction
all
to
of the
Phil
art
was
and
like,
whatnot.
No fucking way.
I mean, I don't blame you.
There was
Like, that's
something
awesome.
about the project that spoke to me on a deeper personal level that I was willing to take the chance on working with a completely new creative team. Critical Role
I mean,
presented
it
this
definitely
opportunity
paid off.
to be at the ground floor
Like,
of something
truly
relatively
paid off.
new and fresh. And even though the lore was clearly well defined and the characters were
Oh,
well
that's so
defined,
cool.
there was so much to explore on a visual level. Normally, when
Yeah,
I'm
that's
creating
true.
a design, it comes from the written word or a comic book or even just the writer's script. These characters come from the imagination and the heart and the soul of the voice actors, the cast
Yep.
members, who are the creators and founders, right? So they were very involved.
I had a lot of input.
Yeah, of
Making
course
notes on
you
the feathers,
did.
notes on the hair.
Of
Gave
course
notes
you
about
did.
How much she wants to use her feminine wiles, so I didn't want her to be too brazen.
So much is determined by the
That doesn't
performances,
surprise me at
what
all.
the creators had imbued in their creations. The way Laura's performance informs the way that I draw the character. She's got to
Laura
have
Bailey,
some
the
sass,
negotiator.
she's gotta have some attitude, whereas Keyleth has this charming naivete, like an innocent aspect.
Every time we pull up an image or a turnaround of Keyleth, everyone in the room is just like,
Yeah, she's so cute.
she's
yeah.
so cute.
Yeah.
She's just a little button. And I think
Yeah.
because Keyleth has this fresh look at the world, we really wanted to reflect that in her character design.
Even his first
Absolutely.
designs and his first stab at Scanlan was kind of perfect. I don't think we changed that much. We were just nitpicking on collar size and hair shape. Everything else, like Phil's first takes, are everybody else's 10th take.
The
That's
first stuff I saw
fantastic.
of Grog, the frame is right, the expressions were right, and he just gets the bearing of the guy because it's so easy to make a hulking figure look intimidating. But Grog has to be able to convey both.
He kind of has like
the
a teddy
rage and the
bear.
fury of a strong jaw, but also like the warmth and the gentle nature
Mm-hmm.
of Grog.
He's kind of
Yep.
the Hulk, but he's kind of not. There's a cuteness to Grog too. So
A
there were
little
things
bit,
that we
yeah.
played with, like the size of his ears.
Phil did such a good job with just the nuance of each of the characters' personalities coming through. Pike's hair color to the color
Yeah.
of her armor and the little
I
scrapes on her armor. And
love the
he
color
just
of
took it to the
everything.
next level.
They've created these original characters, but they're also very archetypal. Like Percy and Vax are dexterity builds, so
Mhm.
they're very lithe and long to kind of bring out to show the agility and the dexterity.
Oh, the amount of thought
inherent in
that
the
goes
class.
into that.
Percival is a character that Phil grasped so quickly and understood how everything was supposed to lie, especially when standing with everybody else, has a very unique look and a unique vibe.
Yeah.
He's excellent at what he does, and both with Vax and with all these characters, he has come in, landed pretty close to the target already, and then we're able to sort of shoot ideas back and
So
forth.
cool.
And then the next week, it's there.
It's been really cool working with him to kind of
It's
take these
insane.
characters that don't just live in my brain, but each one of them has a part of me in them, and then have them come back even prettier than I could have ever hoped for.
Watching him
Oh,
dive
the
into
amount
his
of
fantasy
detail.
escape, Phil's just flexing. He's having a
He's
blast.
flexing.
Had
Yeah,
tons of
I mean,
leeway to
not
just
wrong.
create kind of whatever his mind can dream up.
It did a
Something
phenomenal
that's really important about
job.
this animated series is we wanted it to be definitely and distinctly an adult series. It's for grown-ups.
Right.
So
Yep.
we wanted to make sure that the world, the background, the atmosphere, and the character designs both sort of read as sophisticated, mature.
We definitely want to make sure that
Mhm.
this show feels unique, and I think Phil was.
I mean,
well
I
aware
still
of
have
that.
yet to find
Totally
much of
down to just
anything
try
even
anything,
remotely close to
throw
this.
ideas at the wall and see what stuck.
Phil's designs capture the kineticism and flow of the best that Japanese animation has to offer while feeling uniquely Western and uniquely, honestly, uniquely themselves.
It's
Phil's
very
stuff definitely
like
leans way more in the anime direction.
Yeah,
And
very
anime
similar to
itself
like
is kind of
the
part of the DNA of Titmouse's
like
look and culture.
Avatar
All
and
of us
whatnot.
here watch a shit ton of anime, so he almost was a perfect fit in the sense that he's looking at the same exact kind of stuff and incorporating that into his designs.
He just came to this with a vigor and an excitement that we couldn't help but be excited alongside it.
There almost couldn't
I
be a
love
better
seeing
match
how
as far
giddy
as
they
Western
get
character
about
designers
this.
than Phil.
Like
We
it truly shows how
pouring
much they
every
care
ounce
about
of
it.
passion and love and creativity that we have at our disposal into trying to bring this world to life.
Watching Phil dive into this
Yeah,
world,
so
you kind of got
cool.
the sense of an athlete sort of stretching. He's really just starting to break out of anything that he's done before. It's only limited by what your imagination can envision, and for Phil, there is no shortage of that.
I really have not experienced anything this good in animation.
Oh, that's so
I'm
cool.
hoping we can do a lot of seasons of this show.
I think we're only really getting
we
started.
better
with him.
be getting
He's
lots
blown
of
us out of the
seasons.
water with everything that we have in season
That's
1.
final
God's
animation.
help us for
Yeah.
what's in store in season 2.
Season 2. Oh, I cannot wait. So, we just finished watching The Legend of the Design of the Legend of Vox Machina, and what they really focused on here was just the actual character design. That's why, like, I was curious to see what direction they were going to take with the overall design component. And so it was really cool. This guy, I'm probably going to butcher his name real quick here. Phil Barassa. He is the guy behind all of the character designs of this show, which is so freaking cool because he has a long laundry list of shows that he has worked on in the past, namely a lot of some of the better animated DC shows that we have seen over the years, and it makes it like really cool because I remember, like, while I didn't watch a whole lot of these shows like front to back, a lot of them, not just shows, but also the animated movies, I watched bits and pieces of them as I was hanging out and living with a couple of my buddies because they were a big fan of them. And I remember them, whatever pieces that I did see, they were excellent. I remember always loving the animation style. I was always significantly impressed by what it was that they were showing in these shows and how the characters looked and just how they interacted in the world. It was something that always felt simultaneously mature yet elegant, and just it was a very satisfying look. It was so hard to like put words to why it was as good as it was, because it was just such incredible character design. He's able to just portray such emotion, and you can tell that he very much knows what it is that he is doing. And it's so cool that, like, just by chance circumstance, the fact that him and Travis Willingham worked together on a DC project together. What was it? Batman Bad Blood. And so just being able to like have that in your back pocket, and them just going to the same Comic-Con together and being able to bring him on for this, like, I'm so happy that they did that, because like the characters very much felt like all of those really high-end, high-quality DC animated movies, which I know that the DC animated universe is miles ahead of anything that Marvel has ever put out, and that is coming from somebody who is a huge Marvel guy. I have yet to see like an animated Marvel show that even comes close to the quality that we see with a lot of the animated DC movies, because there's just a quality that is hard to beat and hard to match. And I think much of that comes from this guy Phil Barassa. who just has such a distinct style, and Phil here is just like so humble about it. Like he's just like, I just like doing this. Like this is fun. Like, you know, I'm just happy they made me. They gave me a part to play in this. Like I just think it's really cool. And everybody else is like, oh my goodness, this dude is a legend in this community. And it's just like it's so cool that getting to see the people behind this, because I always wondered who was the animator behind all of these shows, and I had no idea going into this that this was going to be the guy that did not just Vox Machina but all of those shows and movies as well. And it was so cool to see the process of how these characters were drawn out, but also at the same time the fact that he practically nailed every single character very early on. Like the designs for them were already there. They already looked great. And most of the time, like Sam Riegel basically saying like, I don't think we really changed anything. I think he said like nitpicky things like collar length. And of course that's freaking hysterical because of course that's what the actor for Scanlan would be worried about is the collar big enough. But it really just shows like how like the giddiness that you see from the voice actors, the animators, the designers, the just all of the people behind the scenes. Like they love this. Like all the people who work over at Titmouse. Like it's just like such a fantastic like group of people working on this who are all just really truly showing that they love what it is they do and they love the show. And just the tease of season 2, we all know it's coming, and I for one just cannot wait to see that season 2. We've got 3 more of these behind the scenes videos, and I can't wait to watch the rest of them. It is so fun to look into a deep dive of all of these videos, all these shows that I just wish would not end. But unfortunately, we only have the 1 season, so we're gonna stretch this as much as we possibly can. And so, very excited to continue looking into this. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this reaction. Comment on anything I might have missed or anything that you want to provide commentary on in terms of what I was talking about. And hey, make sure to subscribe because it really does help out a lot. You guys mean the absolute world to me. It's been so much fun having all of these fantastic conversations with each and every one of you. You just provide so much insight and just an outlet for me to be nerdy, and I am just so grateful that I get to make these because I love being able to talk about all the nerdy shit out there with someone who just understands, who gets me, who gets why I get excited about these things, and it really just it means a lot, guys. Thank you so much. In the meantime though, class, you are officially dismissed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.